This is Deep Throat Choir in Berlin, the Cosmo Sheldrake edit. And after a long on-call week, I am finally free for more game development streams, more excitement. But okay, let's get all my stuff up and ready. Let's see, I need this little window. It's been so long I don't even remember how the stream setup works. Alright, there we go. So, where have we even left off since last time? Let's play the game, get a refresher. So I published my devlog yesterday, and it has gotten more than 12 views. Not as many more as I would have liked, but that's okay. Because I think it's just because, by virtue of, like, my first devlogs were very broad and applicable, I think. Like, the first one was, you know, making a 3D platformer and going insane. That's a good title, I guess. The second one was getting to the point of my game, which is probably a more exciting title. Because it got, also like 3,000. And then the next one was, the title was something like Back on the Grind for my 3D platformer, which I can understand why someone would see that and be like, I don't get it, and not click on it. And then this other one was also kind of complicated because, so the title is currently like reinventing dialogue in my 3D platformer or something like that. So I can see why people would be confused or at least not, I don't know, tempted by that. But who knows? It's only been like 24 hours. Oh wait, I don't have a... What on earth is happening? Why is my keyboard not working? What a weird system. Like, it responds to controller input, but not to, Oh yeah, I also have to do, whatever. Let's start a new game. Okay, also, we have, let's put some other music on now. I'll be creative. This time I'll do the Night in the Woods soundtrack. And I guess we can start with the Demon Tower soundtrack. Alright. But that's enough playing the video game. I remember where I was. Last time I had gotten my cool little feature where when you talk to a guy, you can use your stuff here. Alright, what is... Oh yeah, that's my other devlog script. I also want to make them more frequently, because I think 2 to 3 months, not getting much retainment. Though it is... I think there's just a bad psychological thing that happens, where, like, I get zero benefit, basically, from people viewing the devlogs, like, large numbers of people. Like, sure, that might translate to sales eventually, but it's... The pipeline is so... quickly narrowed. Like, out of every, like, 10,000 people who watch a YouTube video about a video game, like, in my estimate, probably about 5 of them would actually go out and buy the video game. You know? So I just gotta do whatever. But that's fine. Let's see, I forgot to test if the map notes work now. Oh, right. There's a bug where if you paused and unpaused and then paused again, the map would keep getting duplicate entries. I need to make sure that I did that. Probably did. Yeah. So here. Yep, that looks good. That was a trivial fix. I just forgot to clear a list when it was created. See, the controls option can just be an object instead of a node. Very small cleanup item. Slight performance boost. Oh. Oh, no, it can't. Okay. Ah, well. That was more like a... That's not a thing that I need to have. That was just like, oh, I don't need this anymore, but I actually do. See, prompts, so let's change prompts to button prompts. I think that was the next to-do item. Yeah. Riley says she'll meet you inside Tower 3. That's too complicated. Let's see. And that's technically not... This is technically not necessary for the demo, so let's make that for, like, not the final sprint, then. See. Let's see what are the things that I want. Because we have... How many days? A little less than 2 weeks. And I'll be on vacation on the 3rd. Though I will be showing, basically, showing off the game, mostly to my... Excuse me, mostly to my mom. Because she's said that she's interested in seeing how video games work, basically. See, more Riley dialogue. Yeah, I'll do those too. Basically, I want to have it so that the... oh. Let's also commit this stuff now. So, there's days for bug fixing or content. I guess it'll all be bug fixing. Honestly, you know what? These would be nice. But really what I should do is let's go to bugs. So, crashing on sleep. Multi-threaded rendering sometimes crashes when moving between chunks. Let's see if I can... How would I do... I know. Oh. What is this? Oh, OGG. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure that my bugs actually don't break anything first. Okay, now it seems good. Oh, whoops. I mean, that works. It's clear as to its intentions, at least. But okay, this is going to be a big one. The heap has been corrupted. Something to do with delete. Yeah. So this is going to be hard to detect, or this is going to be hard to fix, because one, it's very transient, and two, it's very deep inside the things. Oh yeah, but it specifically coats also. Let's see if I can get it to just activate. So I'm going to assume... What if it's all about coats? Like in the save. Because where would it be? So it was... Well, I guess it was here. But basically, for those who haven't been keeping up with my saga of the game randomly crashing, whenever I enable multi-threaded rendering, when deleting large amounts of objects, such as when I move between chunks of the world, there's a chance for it to crash with a strange error deep in the engine where it's deleting. When it's destroying an object, it removes all of the signals that that object has between other objects. And those are stored in a dictionary. And as it reads the values from the dictionary to remove them, the dictionary itself is null, because the object that it was referring to was also getting deleted, but in a separate thread. At least that's what I think is happening. But for some reason, it's always input events, and it seems to be always specifically quotes. And the problem is, if we go to quote script, excuse me, maybe it's because they have a texture. What if I save the path of the texture instead of the texture itself? What if it's the texture? Because I know textures, they have to do something with multi-threaded, and like they have to do something with the rendering, or the rendering thread. So that would be something related to the actual thing that I'm seeing. Because, and the problem is, I also need multi-threaded rendering, because in order to load things from a separate thread, you have to have it enabled, because it's going to do like a bunch of function calls. I guess what I could do, though, is I was changing the way multi-threaded rendering works in Godot. Let's go to file recent. Because one of my recent changes, if we go to 3D, we go to particles, I added this function, because originally it would call, get singleton calls, call this for like each field. Like, for these ones it does immediately, because emitting and not emitting should be pretty quick. But for all these other things, like the amount, it used to call the singleton. But for each of these, it has to, in multi-threaded rendering, it has to get a mutex and then add it to a queue. And that can be pretty performance intensive, or at least like there can be a significant delay, because it's based on the operating system and how it feels things should be scheduled and whatever. So I reduced that. But that also means, I'm pretty sure this function is only in the same thread as the physics server, because I'm pretty sure it runs in like the main thread or something. I don't know how exactly it works, but at least it would reduce the amount of like multi-threaded business, because it only sends one object over the queue, instead of sending like a bunch of different requests for every single field of the object as it's being loaded. Because presumably loading a bunch of stuff and deleting a bunch of stuff at the same time is part of the issue. But anyway, none of that may be relevant. But let's just play around until the game crashes, which I've done a million times before, and see if I can figure it out once and for all, finally, maybe. Because I just need to, like, really... What I need to do is I need to, like, read, or, like, click on every single thing, and then review the footage later. Because I just don't have the mental capacity to see every single thing in, like, a timely manner. But okay. We're in debug mode. Let's do, like, rapid start, and let's, like... Alright, the wind's a little loud up here. I'll have to fix that eventually. Or figure out... I need to just... Honestly, I probably just need to figure out how to, or where to collaborate with people, or who I want to collaborate with. Because there's so much stuff that still needs to be in the game. Like, this mountain's completely barren, except for this little town here. And honestly, that waterfall's a bit much. Oh, I was hoping I would, like, hit the... I missed the slope. That sucks. Oh, well. Let's just roam around. I'll have a bit of fun while I'm, testing, or waiting for the game to crash, essentially. Because the big thing is just transitioning across chunks. And I think having the game... Well... I don't know if having the game open for longer actually affects it tangibly. And also I need to do something about all this jagged terrain, because it's very polygonal. Because at some point I also need, like, properly modeled, like, cliff faces, because right now I only have, like, big, round, really bland-looking rocks. There's always more work to do. Realistically, I should just figure out what a publisher would want. Like, not for the game to change, but more for, like, what I would need to bring to the table. Like, because I've been thinking, like, maybe I should make, like, better tools. Because if they see that there's, like, tools to help easily create content, it's like, oh, okay. So it would be less money from another team. Because I also have some fun ideas for tools of, like, something similar to Townscaper, where I can just build, like, really organically shaped cities really quickly, which would be, like, a months-long process. That would take months of work. But it would be really cool. And then I could do things like make a tile set for this city, because this city looks like garbage. That's the main thing I want to do. I want to, honestly, I might do that after, like, this first, like, this next writing pass, because I want to make some actual content. And the game is mostly writing driven. But then after that, I want to make tools. Specifically for things like city construction, because this place took, like, days and days of work, and it looks terrible. So why do that if instead I could spend months and months of work making a tool to make it for me, at least with significantly less effort. And then I can show that off to a publisher and be like, look at how easy it would be for, you know, artists to do lots of content with this system. The game could practically be under budget and on schedule. But maybe I shouldn't worry too much about that. Because I don't really care about making money on the game. My thinking is more, I just want it to not take forever. So I want to just pay other people to do work now. You know, because I think it's useful to learn all of this stuff on your own. But it gets old fast. Like, I'm sick of modeling, like, props and buildings and things, and I barely even do that. Okay, but I don't think I'm going to get a crash here. I don't know if it's something to do with loading. But okay, let's reattach. And I suppose the fact that I'm not in need of money from a game project, or like funding, would also give me leverage to be like, well, I'm just not going to take a deal that I don't like. Though I'd also have to, like, probably have to spend money on a lawyer to read contracts, so it'd still be expensive just to get funding. And also, I'd probably have to visit places in person. Ah, well. And I've been thinking realistically, if I were to actually get funding, it would probably be conditional on moving off of Godot 3, because Godot 3, especially my modified version of Godot 3, would not be cheap to port to consoles. Like, there's a lot of, like, as far as I know, like, sort of backrooms negotiations with different companies on porting Godot 3 games to console, but with a modified version like this, I would either have to make it myself, like just get the dev kits and port the entire engine, or I would have to, you know, pay somebody to do that. Especially if some of the more dramatic modifications I'm planning go through. So I'd probably just have to port it to, like... Honestly, I would just port it to, like, Unreal or something. Like, doing all the work of changing engines to just change it to other Godot. But that's more of an act of spite than, like, an actual development consideration. Anyway, this is gonna take a bit. So I'm just spitballing. I also need to make sure that the asynchronous loading doesn't jank out like it is, because if we do, like... Oh, wrong button. Because, like, you see that, right? Like, it fades in, and then the level loads, and that's not supposed to happen. So I think I need to actually do some proper thing where I, like, do semaphores and whatnot. Oh yeah, I can actually test the bug here. This isn't a crash, but this is a game-breaking bug where I slept right here. Well, there was at least... There was a minor bug where I slept and then it still had the tutorial, but I think that's more of a cosmetic thing. But yeah, I have various bugs with the sleeping because it relies on yielding and it relies on waiting for signals from the loader. So sometimes you just don't wake up at all. But it seems like I'm not able to trigger it. I wonder if it's related to performing fast. Also, this looks kind of, like, sick. Like, at this time of day. Like, it looks cool. Let's try reset. Aha! Fortune favors the brave, as they say. That... I don't even know what that means in this context, but speak of the devil, I guess. I tried to crash the game and it crashed. In the exact same place, let's see. Yep, freeing something. We are freeing a connection. Or specifically, we're freeing an element of a list of connections. And this is in a worker thread. So what is this worker thread anyway? Like, what is the top of this thread? Okay, this is the visual server. So what exactly are we flushing? Or, oh no, never mind. We're getting a command. What is the command? Can I see the command? Am I allowed to? I see test cube here. Is that, what is this? Thunk, visual server vcall. tilde GL context windows. Or context. Scalar deleting constructor, unsigned int. I don't understand what this means. Let's step in one. So we're freeing something. It's an ID. Freeing a material. That's good to know. Let's see if I can understand this. So it seems like this. I mean, what is the line we're actually on? I hate how Visual Studio structures it. Like, this is the next statement. So what is the current statement? Like, it's some sort of external code. Oh, wait, it's 7... No, it's not 7883. Because that's clearly... It clearly says that's the next function. So, like... So we're here, or one of these... Like, this would tell us a lot about what is actually happening. Also, I don't have GI probes anymore. Whatever. We're deleting a map. So I think we're deleting... I'm pretty sure we're deleting a material. Was that even something that we could do here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so it is a material. I could have just checked that. Because, yeah, if we check, like, yeah. So that would be null. Wait, actually, what's confusing me? Which object are we freeing here? I think it might actually be... Hang on, so this is string name, comparator string name. Or string name variant. What does that mean? Let's zoom out a little bit so I can read more stuff. I need a bigger monitor, like way bigger. So it's not this one. It's not this. Because I think it's actually that we're creating a map inside of this function. And then it's being freed at the end of the instructions. You know, or it's being destroyed at the end of the function. So, like, can we do map string name? Mm-hmm. No, that's the wrong place. No, okay, so there's only two. So maybe it is just inside of it. So yeah, we're clearing the list. This actually seems to be I will say this is new. I don't remember seeing anything like this. Because usually there's a bunch of scripts and there's an input event in here, which was really confusing. But otherwise this seems exactly the same. I think it's just deleting signals on an object is not thread safe. Mutexes will avoid more crashes? Did I write this? I forget if I wrote this or if this is just like exactly what I'm doing. And honestly, I'm pretty sure it does a lot of referencing on references, because every resource I'm pretty sure is a reference type. Aren't they? Oh yeah, it literally... Oh wait, no. But like every mesh instance has a ref to a mesh. Alright, let's see if I can figure out how to make some kind of like global mutex that everybody has to take to do this one at a time. Alright, let's just set up a global mutex. So what is this core reference? Godot core reference. That'll do wonders on the performance, I'm sure. No, it's specifically the... Maybe I can make a more performant way of removing connections from signals? Because it's always this. Maybe I can do like a global signal lock. Oh, we already have this here, so I'm just going to do a static mutex signal dx. So like, where are these created? Well, what I want is, so I want to be able to free, like you can disconnect from multiple threads at the same time. How do I do this? A semaphore? I could do a semaphore. No, that's not quite right either. I guess it is a read-write lock. I guess that was exactly what it is. I guess I don't quite know what this is. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna do a mutex for now. I was gonna lock on every single time that an object is dereferenced or destroyed. So I'll just do this for now instead. Alright, so where is this read-write lock even, like, done? Or, like, where is it created? I guess maybe it's just constructed automatically. Alright, and I don't know if we have the headers imported properly here. This will be a lovely one. And I could maybe do... Could I work... How could I work this out with maybe like... I don't care. I think maybe there could be some sort of like... a lock-free collection of some sort where I can atomically destroy the list while I'm iterating over it. But okay. Let's just do like signal mutex and then the other one will be right in here. Yeah, right here. Oh wait, this could, like, deadlock. Couldn't it? No, it couldn't. Well, no, if anything in here does depend on an object being destroyed, then it could, actually. Is a connection an object? Does it inherit from object? Huh? Slot list. No, okay. Nothing in here is an object, I don't think. So this should hopefully not deadlock. Let's, this should, hopefully just work my first try. It'll take us a little while to figure out. Maybe I could do like, what are the other things that I could do? Because what I need specifically is, when deleting an object, do not read its signals, whether thread. And let's see, I don't think I can determine signals. In fact, I should actually move that around a little bit. So all this stuff should be fine, probably. Because I actually need it here, probably. Yeah, because now we disconnect our signals and connections. And this hopefully, so I don't think we actually need, no, we don't, okay. This would deadlock though. So yeah, this does not need this here, because I've never seen an issue with just regular disconnecting. It's only been when two objects are being deleted at the same time with signals connecting to each other. I'm pretty sure. So this should hopefully not, like, completely destroy performance. Hopefully. I mean, that's going to be a lot of mutexes, though. Or a lot of locking of this one single mutex. Maybe we should do if and actually it should be an or. So that would remove the case where an object has no signals, and I don't know if objects actually don't have signals at any point. Like, I think all of them might have signals by default. Well, I'm basing that on literally nothing. But okay, I can think through better ways of doing this, though. Because what I would really want is for the dictionaries to be thread safe. And I don't know if there's a way of doing that that would be more efficient than this, because I don't know how much the mutexes are going to be, like this mutex contention is going to be an issue. Like, would it be better if dictionaries had their own mutexes, or would the memory overhead of that cause issues? Because I think they're like 40 bytes or something. Well, or they're pretty big. I think they might be bigger than that. Because mutexes are not a small thing. And then, like, would the overhead of locking a dictionary every time you have to access it cause issues? Maybe I should have, like, a special concurrent dictionary for signals and connections. Maybe objects should just not be deleted in random threads. which would be nice, except because of reference counting, it's any time an object goes out of scope. So I would have to then figure out, like, well, what do I do then? I mean, I guess what I could do. So we could just do, like, something like that. So then we still have basically the same problem of taking a mutex to get it, but I don't know if that would benefit anything. I think the way that I have it is probably going to be the best way to do it for now. Okay, how's this doing? That's doing okay. Let's close this. Let's see, what are other interesting things that we have to do today? Maybe I can do like some something else on here. Because those are the big ones, and I think they're the same cause. So can't reliably term double thread, I've heard, I guess. Yeah, that'll be fine. So yeah, chunks don't load properly. Let's look at Godot's threading tools. Because one of these, what is it? Like a condition, I think is what it's called in threading. Where basically where an object in one thread can wait for something to happen in another thread. A condition variable, is that what it's called? I mean, that's what it's called in C++ at least. It's such a generic name. Like, ah yes, the condition variable. It's the variable determining the condition. I mean, I guess mutex just means mutual exclusion, but at least it's like distinct, you know? Okay, let's get this over here in isolation, I guess. Let's read this together. Section 4, Condition Variables of CS162. Synchronization variable that provides serialization, ensuring that events occur in a certain order. So it is a lock and a Boolean condition and a thread of queues awaiting for the condition to be true. I guess I wouldn't necessarily need that. You could technically fake, because I only need one thread to have it. No, I guess I would kind of need it, because maybe I could imitate the same thing with like a semaphore. So the issue would be if then eventually multiple threads do work on it. Yeah, that's okay. That's doing its thing. Let's go to chunk loader. And let's go to, so I'll explain the problem that I'm encountering. Management. No, areas? Chunk loader. No, it's, yeah, this one. Oh, I forgot to put the trademark symbol in the YouTube title. I'll do that. Hang on. Because that title was more fun. It doesn't really work with my current yeah, new title for the video just dropped. "122 views in a day and 8 hours. I'm pretty sure that's the worst any of these devlogs have done by a pretty wide margin." Oh well. Such is life. I'll still be mad at it though. Okay. That'd be nice, theoretically. Okay. Let's actually get on topic now. The first thing is, I'm pretty sure... Where's our inner tree? Where's our load... Yeah, load sync. Well, that's not what I need. Where's chunk loader? Yeah, this... Here. These are suspicious. Also, fun fact, Godot's yield breaks on if statements, so I had to do two separate functions because I can't do, like, if first. Like, that would just completely break due to GDScript's backwards, like, broken async functionality. Oh, okay. Huh? Signal MTX is not a... Oh. Class object. I mean, I guess I could put it in the object DB. I don't care. Oh god, this will cause... Yeah, this is a header change now. Oh well, back to this. Yeah, so this is not good enough. And also what I want is... What happens here is this, and I don't want this. Or this as well, where I think because this is an infinite loop, now whenever I edit the scene, for some reason this causes the game to crash instead of just updating the scene. So what I want to do is return. Or like, let me do that. Oh, but this causes an issue. This causes another issue. I won't do that. I'll just live with it crashing. Because it's just a tool side thing. Because basically, in the time between getting this empty and then unlocking the mutex and then checking it and calling this and then returning, it could have added another thing to the thread, basically. And if that happens, then it won't do this exiting. Well, I guess I can do, what can I do? So yeah, basically what I'm worried about is, you know, the queue is empty, and then while it's doing that stuff, like it's preparing to, or it's like here, you know, and then this queue load is called, and then it adds stuff to the queue, and it's like, oh, the thread is still active, so I won't like restart it or anything, and then it exits. So what I would need is like, why do I have multi-threaded as a thing? So what do I actually want here? I guess I want the ability to synchronously load some objects, but not others. Because yeah, what I want, load nearby chunks, should be like synchronous, so it'd be like true. And then it wouldn't do any of this stuff. So let's just start with that. So like load nearby chunks. We'll have load active and queue load. And then what does load active do? It's just going to do, I guess it'll just get chunk highres.name, add the content. And then like activate. Wait, no. And this will always be synchronous. And then queue loads. Let's do... Oh, wait, let's do... Okay, so all of this stuff is done first. Oh, wait. I already have that multi-threaded. So if not synchronous... So yeah, it's not always going to be multi-threaded. Except wait, old load active is no longer needed. Because load active is always synchronous. So now what we need here is if c dot, well, let's do like if chunk dot has node, no, if is active chunk return. Because we don't need to do any of this stuff. Okay. That should work reasonably well. Hopefully. Because that should make it so that the immediate chunks, or the chunks in the immediate vicinity, should just load instantly. They're no longer going to be queued. That doesn't quite fix the issue. Oh yeah, these things. I don't need this first item loaded anymore. In fact, I don't need any of these signals. I don't think. Pause and load completed. So yeah, these should just be like synchronous. And I don't need these either because they're just gonna like activate right away. Like they just load synchronously. Because I had to fake single-threaded loading because in my old system by pausing the game, loading in the background thread and waiting until it was done. And that meant that sometimes the signal wouldn't like because pausing it, I think what could happen is the signal would be emitted before it was done. Or before it was at the proper place to yield to it. And then it wouldn't yield, and then it would just stay paused forever. Let's make sure the player works. That's the wrong button. So where's our yield here? Go to sleep. Let's just do get tree.current_scene.wake up. Because that is, yeah. So that's synchronous. So I don't think those are necessary anymore, but I'll keep those for now. Oh, it's because it's private, I think. Oh god, I have to do this again. I think. You know what? Fuck it. It's public. What am I doing? Okay. So, unresolved external symbol, private static class, mutex impl, standard recursive mutex, signal mutex. Well, no. What does that mean? What does this actually mean? Okay, can I get away with not redoing all of that work again? Like, what exactly is the linker issue? Like, is there some place where it's like, I don't know how C++ linking works. Private static member variables. Ah, okay. Answered my question. Static. Let's do, I guess, static mutex. Good enough. I wonder if that constructs it properly. I think, well, there's no constructor here. That should be fine. I'm gonna eat the rest of my KFC fries. Right, I forgot. Static means something completely different. Outside of class definition, so I don't need it there. C++ is just one of the like hardest languages to learn, just because everything means like 50 different things because they refuse to add relevant keywords, you know, because there's going to be like, you know, the classic is decal type auto, which means auto with the rules of decal type. But this was like, obviously, but this isn't like semantically approved, so decal type is whatever it is, who cares. It's finally done compiling. Let's see if the game crashes. I mean, it's not crashing yet. That's already a good sign. And it doesn't seem to be unusably slow. And sometimes that's the best you can hope for. But okay. And the game loaded. Didn't crash there. Now comes the problem where I can never prove that the game doesn't crash. maybe I can do, like, a few runs. And I should really just take my hands off of the code after this and just, like, strictly work in writing and modeling and stuff. And, like, making, like... Because there's so many things that I want to make for this game that I think would be really cool. And the question I need to ask myself is, why didn't I make them? Okay, so I think that there's a significant stutter, probably when we transition between chunk borders. You know, because it's deleting things and that's making a bunch of mutexes. But yeah, my big problem, I mentioned it in one of my devlogs, you know, getting to the point of the game. I always have ideas for, like, interesting things in games, but then I just don't implement the interesting part. I'll just do other things. And it's like, why not do the interesting part? Good thing I made it so that water, like, has a hard collision when you're hovering. I'm gonna make wind significantly less prominent once the demo, like, once I'm actually start releasing versions of the game where the player can get up here, I'll then make it a priority to reduce the wind, because it's too loud. It doesn't help that it's just white noise with reverb as well. Like, it's not even, like, actual sampled wind. Isn't there supposed to be, like, a village here? Oh well. Let's just ride down. I didn't notice much stuttering, so I think maybe that was just a fluke, as it was, like, you know, because the game has so many unrelated, like, performance problems. Hopefully I didn't introduce another one. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I can find some genius lock-free solution to this. Oh, dang, I should have made a different compile target so I could test the performance. Yeah, I'm seeing slight stutter, but that's not really new. There's always been significant stutter when you load in new chunks. So it's hopefully not worse than it was. It feels like the sun is bigger than it was. Did I have a dream where the sun was too small? Is that why? I have, like, weird dreams. I'm actually going to add one of my dreams to the game, but I'll have to make a little beach area. I think I might start going more loose on the medium, because currently, you know, you come into it and it transforms into a specific room, but that's all it does. Like, it doesn't transform into anything else, and that's a wasted opportunity on my mind. Let's see. So it hasn't crashed so far. I mean, then again, it took a while to crash before, so let's just restart. Because I think it also depends on some sort of, like, random state configuration specific to, like, a run of the game. Oh. Okay, but we're also seeing the game now loads everything properly. I am impressed that I finally managed to get that not buggy. Now all I need to do is make, like, good levels and content for the video game and make it perform better, because it runs at, like, 25 FPS when I'm streaming. I mean, admittedly, there's kind of the jank of seeing that now work like that. Because the game doesn't load asynchronously anymore. Oh well, whatever. Ah. How did I not... This was like a week ago. This was like last week I changed this. Have I not pressed the tab button? I'm driving myself insane. What is the fucking option? I've said it several times, but this is really like... It really is, I'm just in a hell of my own design. You know, just... I know one thing for certain is that the next time I make a game, it's going to be only statically typed languages. It's like, I find so little benefit to, like, not explicitly laying out what types I'm using and then having the compiler enforce that. It's like, oh, I didn't have to type the return type of the function. It's so productive. And then I spend like 6 weeks finding new bugs because of some refactor I did where nothing was updated or where nothing checked if things were broken anymore. I wish there was a statically typed Lisp language where it had all the like benefits of like you could compile the language dynamically or like compile the language while you're interacting with the program, but without like dynamic typing. You know, like the language just explodes in your face if you make an integer function return a string. Also, I need to fix the flickering on my particles still. But that's a minor bug. Okay, let's see. I'm making my next game in Java. I've actually thought it would be fun to just sort of to program in Java without doing any of the sort of like conventions that you have to do in it. Like, like every member has to have a getter and setter, even if they do absolutely nothing, and everything has to be like, I don't know, encapsulated and all that stuff where it's like, it has its benefits in like, if you're making a library in a large enterprise setting where you have a bunch of users who aren't familiar with your code. But for like a project where you're writing code for you to use, none of the like enterprise stuff is really beneficial. And even then, it's often kind of questionable. Like, honestly, I would be fine with a library where it's like, hey, this is internal state. You're allowed to use it, but it will break on, like, but, you know, like, we're at liberty to break it during an update, so be wary of that. Rather than, like, no, you can't use the actual, you know, no, you can't get direct access to the string because you might accidentally hurt your pretty little fingers when we, you know, bump from version 0.01 to 0.02. Whatever, I'm going insane. Okay, so besides the small cosmetic bug of the particles flickering, it's pretty good otherwise. And I guess if I can't figure that out, I accept that over, like, what was happening before, which was a 60 millisecond stutter every single time a particle was spawned, which was also a cosmetic issue. I wish I could just make sure the game doesn't crash anymore from this bug. I mean, I guess it really shouldn't, because I did sort of just like a sledgehammer solution of just wrap it in a mutex. But I don't know if there's any other instances where the signal map gets deleted. Or if there was perhaps a more elegant solution, because it does seem to be related to... Well, I guess it wasn't necessarily related to coats. Because that time there wasn't any reference to them. Or any sort of scriptable object. It was just deleting a material and then crashed when it was doing it. Why do materials even have signals? Like, what signals, like... I think signals should have just been a node thing. Or like a node and maybe like server thing. Ah, well. A good craftsman always blames his tools. He always complains about them. He always knows that they are awful. And that he's the smartest man in the world, stuck with all these buffoons who don't know that object deletion is thread unsafe. Specifically because of signals, which... I guess I got kind of lucky, because they were said, like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of crashes that can happen due to this, then we don't, like, nobody's bothered to fix it. And, like, somehow it was just the signals that caused issues. So hopefully I don't jinx it and get something else that crashes. I mean, because the benefit of infrequent crashes instead of frequent crashes or consistent crashes is that, you know, if it takes me 100 tries to crash, then hopefully the player plays 100 times before the game crashes. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to write scripts for all the interesting parts of the game that I've thought of, and then I'm just going to make tools. Tools for... because I want human characters, and I want bigger cities. And I have ideas for what I would want for the workflows for making those, kind of. Oh wait, is there a seam here? There is. but nowhere else, so it's something that I set up wrong there. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna call it now. I think it's good enough for the demo, probably. And if it crashes, well, I'll just assume that it still crashes, but I'll assume that I haven't figured it or found it yet. What have I done here? Oh, right, I was messing around with decal type and complaining about C++. I'm glad this didn't make it, like, super slow. I mean, I guess it doesn't, because deleting an object is already... Well, deleting nodes is already kind of a heavy operation. Because it's also removed from the tree and all the, all the signal stuff, so maybe getting a mutex isn't that bad. And serializing them, probably for the best, at least for now. So what's my other bug? There's the minor visual bug of the, what have you. So I think these were the same thing. Oh yeah. I need this one. That's a minor one. Well, kind of big one. So I think this one's fixed, maybe. See, and I don't care. Probably fixed, maybe. Player can roll jump into tri-mesh geometry. Non-deterministic loading can leave player in the world of nothing. That has been fixed, I think. If the player dies far from their spawn, ensure the game always load. I just had a bunch of... I wrote that bug down so many times. Let's just go through a bunch of bugs and fix them. Let's also see, did I write any bugs in here? Game crashes, multi-threaded loading, footstep... Oh yeah. I'll call that an annoying bug. Yeah, so let's just go through... I think it'll just be... I think the next few streams will just be me fixing bugs. Unless I get too angry and just decide to start writing. Because I was very quick to get angry. I guess just back in the grind of it. Let's see, chunks don't stay loaded if large buildings are beyond the validation range. Basically what this means is... So if we go, for example, to chunk 121. There's a big old dang old tower, right? We see this. We all see this. But unfortunately, the game, when it checks its collision, or when it checks if a chunk should stay loaded, it compares this box, this bounding box. Because in Godot, there is no way to retrieve the actual bounding box for a set of nodes. Like, this orange box is not accessible via code. So I think what I could do is another engine project, where I just add a function to get that. So I think I would do... Let's go to spatial. Because it might just be a private method that I can make public. I'm not seeing anything there. Let's go to like editor widget. Would it be like, not that, I guess. Editor spatial gizmo, maybe? Oh, wait. Editor node. Oh, did I accidentally shift Control F? Hang on. I don't get it. So what is it? Plugins, maybe? Editor Gizmo... Spatial editor plugin? Where's our little orange box? Maybe orange exists somewhere. Okay. So is it exclusively get fallback gizmo AABB? Or... Hang on, I see. If bound size equals vector 3 and parent p.class name, so it is bounds. Visual instance get AABB. Calculate spatial bounds. What if I pre-computed? So I can probably do something like bar bounds. So let's do what do I do here? So Or C. Alright, let's do like node. Var box AAPB equals AAPB. And we will return box. And if box equals calculate bounds C. Or actually combine. No, it's merge. So if node is visual instance, box dot get okay, let's try doing this and see if the how bad the performance is. Okay, that's reasonably good. Let's do like if visual bounds equals that. So that way it won't do it every time. Because now if I load up, I mean, it still takes a little bit to load, so that might actually be like a negligible impact. But okay, so now we have what looks to be pretty reasonable here. So let's go to world. Get AAPB. Let's do bar box get AAPB. No, let's do CH. We'll if so now I can pre-compute this visual bounding box. Maybe. On base mesh instance. Oh no, I can't. Because this is only here. Let's do... I know what I can do. Just get this function. And just calculate the bounds for each chunk, each frame, maybe. Let's do if node is control turn PB. So if it's a control, there's going to be a lot of children, and I don't care. They're not relevant. And this way, actually this would be interesting because this would have the side effect that children of nodes that are chasing you like enemies would expand the box to the point where it no longer, what have you. But let's see if this works, because basically what this is going to do is it should mean, yeah, now I can be up here and it doesn't unload this chunk. Because it used to be that at the top of this, you were so far away from the ground that it considered you, like, in the unloading zone. I still need to do literally anything with this place, by the way. So much crap that I haven't done yet. Think of all the terrible things I could put up here. But okay, that's another bug off the list. And that seems to work. It doesn't seem to have any significant performance impact. Well, actually what I could do... I don't care. Well... No, I probably should care. This could get pretty expensive if there's a bunch of nodes. Because this goes through every single node in the entire game. And gets their bounding boxes. So I should see what the performance is. Let's do like... What's our frame time right now? About 30. Let's do a node. Well... I've seen worse frame rates. I'll say that much. Because we're hovering at around 30. Then as we load, yeah, now it's, well... Okay, once it got loaded in, it took a little bit. It shook the jitters off. Wait, why is it locked at 30? I think it must be, yeah, okay, so it's definitely something to do with how my stream is set up, I think. Okay, now it's going bad. Just a weird, just a weird, exactly 33.33 milliseconds. Because this is a... It's not like this is a 60 hertz monitor. This is a 144 hertz monitor. So I don't get what the significance of 30 FPS would be. I think I record at 60 FPS, so maybe there's some weird multiple thing happening there. But yeah, the interesting thing is these enemies will no longer unload when I run away from them because they're actually forcing that chunk to stay loaded. Oh. Let's see, let's do a very scientifically accurate performance comparison. So let's just return. Let's just see what this does. And I think I might actually make it so that it doesn't check any non-spatial things. Oh wait, I need to do Okay, so I'm not seeing any significant differences. But I should probably check down, because I think there's definitely a different bottleneck. You know, it has something to do with my stream setup, so maybe I'll test off stream. Well, I don't know. It seems like it's doing a little bit better. I mean, then again, like checking every node, every frame, for one thing, isn't that big of a difference between... No, it does seem better. Like, there's still stuttering when things load in, but it seems like it's staying, you know, at 30 FPS or better, where before it was fluctuating below it as well. Maybe I'm seeing things, though. And I guess I shouldn't worry too much about the performance because, well, I can literally... Hang on. Let's do if node. If not, node is... Oh, wait, no. If C is spatial. And if I pause, it seems to be reasonably good about not crashing. Yeah, if there is some performance effect, it's probably just like... Probably not more... Well, certainly it shouldn't be more than a millisecond to iterate over nodes, because I don't have that many nodes. Maybe I should go to an area with a whole bunch of stuff, though. Yeah, I was seeing things. This seems basically identical. Oh. Well, I always have stuttering issues with loading chunks. That's something that I really want to figure out, is how to get rid of that. Like, because I'd have to probably reorganize a bunch of stuff, because I think what it is... Well, I'll just have to profile it. Because there's so much stuff that the engine does that I don't think it needs to do. I mean, you know, like, it has all these, like, method calls and deferred things and signals that are all strings, and it has to do a bunch of string processing with them. And it uses, like, a string name system, so it's probably better. Like, so it's, like, just integer comparisons a lot of the times, but not all the time. You know, because it still has to, like, process that string and turn it into something, and then... whatever. That seems okay. Seems pretty good. CD, wait, also, I don't need the visual bounds anymore. Okay. What are the other bugs that I need? So let's put the engine aside for now, maybe. Chunks don't stay loaded. Fixed. So V-shaped jump. This is not a question. It was just similar looking. Because I know exactly what this is. So let's go to maybe our test world. It's been a while since we went to this one. So what I need to fix. Oh, I had a duplicate ready to go. How convenient for me. Okay. Oh, right, I added a camera because I was going to do a devlog about jumping. Oh, I forgot. I changed the icon. It used to be the little Godot face. It's been so long since I've been in here that Jackie's face. I haven't been here since the demo, I guess. All right, where's that dang camera? Why is it so far down? I'm a psycho. Because the player's like at the very top. Why is the... Everything's all... Oh, it's because I also completely changed the lighting without coming here. So where's our environment? Alright, does this look good? Not really. So, are these like... These aren't like... Oh, it's because the sky doesn't work anymore. Alright, okay. Maybe someday I'll fix that. Okay, we'll have a lovely rich blue and a slight orange color. Like here. Wow, it's been a long time since I've used this little test scene, apparently. Oh. What was I even testing? I was just even coming in. I was only coming in here to demonstrate this. I don't know how to fix this. Like, I guess what I could do is I could average the position, so if I do, what's our ground velocity, or ground vector here? What am I even looking at? You know what, screw it. I'll just make another debug thing. So where's my, it's in gaming, and then debug, then stats, and then. So let's do like, so these are the slide dots. Let's do normals. All right. Okay, 0, 1, 0. So I will need, yeah, so that, one of the big issues that I've found is that typically there's only one slide direction at any point, but we can see it's alternating between one and the other. But what's confusing to me is that it's clearly being blocked by both. Like, let's see if I can get like an average normal. So we'll do like a var Can I do this? No, I can't. So let's do best vector equals now let's just use for I for v in running ground best normal plus equals v divided by what do I want to do? I know. That'll be up there. This will be here. This will be cleared. This will be ignored. Running ground. Dot. No. So let's do like I know, and it'll also be normalized. Maybe. I'll figure that out later. Or so it'll average out over 4 frames, I guess. Hopefully this works. Okay. Invalid set index 39. Oh. Oh, okay. It has to plus equal that. Round index. Modulo running round dot size. Well, I see literally zero improvement. Let's make this best normal. Oh, we also need, so best floor dot will actually need to be. So we can actually even do this and then just remove it from up here. Like, this doesn't matter. You know what? This is gonna be... I don't need this, because I don't need this. It kind of works a little bit. So it's a little janky, but all right, let's run it through its paces. Does it work okay? So I don't like that. And I also don't like how it's like climbing. That's like weird. Like, I don't think that's like normal. Like, there's something weird where I was doing a climbing animation. Ooh. That's a rather... Oh, I know what that is. That's because the player is, like, being flung over it. So it's averaging, like, the collisions between the ground and this little lip. And then the player's going, oh, I'm on a slope. So then she, like, flies up over it. I mean, I guess that kind of works for, like, pretend stairs. And, like, that geometry is not well suited for the game anyway, so I could just double avoid it. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if that behavior is better than the current behavior, which is you just can't walk past it without jumping. So, like, now you can walk past it, but you kind of stumble on it. And it's like a ramp. But okay, I think this at least solves the soft lock, because it is a little weird, because, like, you do this. Why do you do that? I guess it's just something to do with the averages. Sometimes it slightly caters towards one more than the other. What if I move that slightly? So in the real world, these are not going to be perfectly symmetrical. They're going to be like, it's going to be like this and like this. This one might be like that. Or like, I mean, it seems it fixes the soft lock at least. I'll bump that down to, like, annoying. Do I have this? Oh, this is already here. And this was fixed. This is an annoying one. Oh wait, no, that is gameplay impacting. So a player still. Let's test it in the wild. Let's see how this feels. And then I'll have to go, unfortunately. You know, lots of very exciting content today. I recompiled the engine, what, 4 times to get that bug fixed? Also, where's the flickering of the particles? Oh, maybe I never recompiled with the... because I changed the emission flags. No, actually, I just realized I tested literally right after doing that. Like, I tested, like, 10 seconds. Wait. Hang on. Uh-oh. That's a unique one. I didn't test that. Roll... Hang on, let's do... Okay, so now we go to bonk fall instead. So that's if best floor dot is less than min dot slide. I may need the actual, like, so if best floor dot... Alright, so I may need to rename these. So let's rename this right now to, wait, hang on. Oh. Alright. Let's rename this to average. And then current normal will equal ground index. And this will also be vector 3.0. And then this will be like if current normal is not equal to vector 3.0 and current dot y. So we don't even need this best floor dot. Where is best floor dot stored? Get that out of here. Because that's either going to be average normal.y or best normal.y. So let's do I know, if current dot y elif, I know. Oh, I should have... I still need this. I need to prioritize the current normal. So if current dot y is greater than min dot ground. So if the current normal is good, we use the current normal. If the average normal is good, we use that only if the current normal isn't good. And then best floor dot. So now we may need some really complicated stuff. But if current normal there we go. Let's see if that improves it. Because I may need to then gradually fix subtle bugs that I detect. Yeah. Because basically, that was to fix that bug. Ah, this bug reemerged. Actually, I wonder what happens if I, like, directly interface with a wall. This area looks so bad. Like, so much of the game just doesn't look very good. But okay, I think that solves the subtle bugs for now. So let's do fixed soft lock on V-shaped, I guess infinite falling. It's what I was calling a local soft lock, which means that you can't actually like move out of it, but you can teleport out of it. And let's see, player can roll jump into tri-mesh geometry. I think that might have been a problem of like scaled geometry, because Godot, I don't know what the deal is with scaled geometry. Like rotation and translation are already stored as matrices, so I don't get what scaling and skewing would do. Like, maybe they're not stored as matrices at that point, but then, like, how do you deal with rotation? I guess maybe it can somehow invert the matrix of, like, whatever it's doing. I don't know. But I could imagine why non-uniform scaling would be an issue. Oh, my items are a little bit too far to the right now. Let's just go to the UI real quick. So what is that? Inventory. Oh, wait, I know. Wait, no. I couldn't do an expand on the end, because then it would, like, shift everything over. But okay, now it should at least support double digits for those items. Wait, why did the pistol hide away so quickly? That was weird. Because it, like, came up and then instantly flickered away. Yeah, that's... I need to just make those match the, because now the health and stamina look pretty good. Where does this guy keep coming from? Okay, whatever. I think that's the bugs so far. Where's my dash? So let's do... Might as well test that, even though... Dash charges. I guess I can do, like... I don't even know if this is still going to be in the game. Oh, hang on, it doesn't even work. Oh, wait, no. I think it's just that? Yeah. There we go. I mean, this could be kind of fun. I don't know if this is faster than Oh, that seems actually a little bit faster. But I think this is honestly faster, especially going down hills like this. Okay, but I don't see any bugs due to the average normals now. That's a very difficult problem to solve. How does the player get off of this thing? Oh, I forgot, you can just press backward. Okay. That looks good and fine and dandy and perfect. Then we have our beautiful train yard, which will eventually be a little town. Okay. No sound dive end. Maybe I'll add that eventually. Oh yeah. Okay, it's 8:20 now, so I'll say I don't know where that is. No, this did not fix itself. Okay, so I'm happy to say that there are now no crashes that I know of, and whatever gameplay breaking bugs there were, I don't see them anymore. So, I don't know, let's do one more, I guess, final test to make sure it doesn't crash. That'd be a great way to... Crashing the game would be a great way to end the stream. Because I've gotten confident before. I've gotten, like... Imagine this game if it had content. Then it would be very cool. So I think, instead of working on content, well... I'll split these into things that I will... I know, won't ship, will ship. Following platforms celebrate player with them upon the player. I'll say this one, pretty small, but I won't ship with it. I think this one is fine. I think this one is fixed. Pressing B. I think that one's also fixed. Pausing when the dialogue context seems to be hitting. Oh yeah, fix that. Something is wrong with item selection. I think this is fine. Oh, showing when replies are active causes you to select a reply. I think that's fixed. Trading codes to replies are visible. That's fine. We'll actually check if the player is grounded, not if they have a best floor. I think I fixed that one. Alt tabbing when starting the game causes the window to start in the corner. I don't know how to fix that one. Some weird windowing thing. When the player is inside a fan, it can send them downward. There's no fans in the demo, so that's fine. If the player bumps head when climbing, they can lose grip and fall. Acceptable. Sleeping player could take damage. That seems like a potential bug, not an actual bug. Early exits from dialogue should not make dialogue unreachable. Apply stats at the end. Some enemies don't retarget when they have no active target. I don't think that's an issue anymore. And if it is, I don't care. Well, let's do like a... Who's inside a fan? Sometimes you hover up forever. I think I fixed that one as well, because I haven't seen it before. Make it so some colliders can't crush the player. That's more like a tweak than a bug. I'll say that's there. Because that's something where, like, the player would be like, oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no, I actually did add that. I'm pretty sure. Or at least I fixed the... Because it was basically because there were containers that opened, and the opening would crush the player. Coat rarity is wrong. I think that's... I think it's like coat spawn rates are wrong. Can't drown while grabbing the ledge. I'm pretty sure I fixed that one. I think I did. Now every time it freezes, because it loads it synchronously, I, like, am terrified that it's gonna crash. Oh, right. That killed me. Because the player's, like, head collisions are still enabled, so you can't, like, you can't go through water. It'll kill you. Because it still thinks you're drowning. Oh. Oh, and I'll need to re-enable the... Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Oh. There's something off. What the fuck? Hang on. Okay, best floor dots. Let's do current. .y. Let's do an audit of, like, best floor dot, because I think in almost every case it should actually be current normal dot y now. Oh wait, no, not in here. And maybe not in here either. But in here definitely. That's awful. That's the worst thing I've ever devised in my life. Okay. So what is it using? It's using best floor and best floor dot, so... So this should be current normal. Okay, maybe that was the primary issue then. Well, I'm seeing some wicked awful stuff here. I think most things should honestly use the current normal. State.climb. I guess that's fine. Okay, so it's probably wall jump then. Yeah, this should not be here. This should be current normal. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I see. Oh my god. How did I mess it up again? How are there so many fucking places with the same stuff? I did this. I did this. I already did this. I already solved this. What is this? Why do I have this in the same... Like, why do I have this in two separate places? What is this code from? God damn it. Hang on. So there's one here. There's one here. Okay, I see. Climb and wall clean have the same code because I was an idiot and didn't refactor it to deduplicate it. Oh, and I accidentally... Oh well, whatever. Did I even fix the bug that I was looking at? Okay, let's see if I can, like, get into a corner. Honestly, for climbing, it could be kind of good. Hang on, let's go to climb. Oh no, we already do average normal. So I'm fine with that there. So base jump, high jump, wave jump. Where's wall jump? I think it might be with fall. Yeah, this is definitely lending more credence to my idea that game design is all about being in a hell of your own design. Because I made this awful system. I made this awful decision to just average out the normals of everything without seeing if it was actually gonna like cause, like, look at that. Oh my god. I'm holding left trigger and it like slows me down. Do you see that? It's some of the worst looking stuff I've ever seen. I know what I need to do. When we go to jump, and fall, ledge fall. Let's do like reset ground. And then in bonk fall and damaged, we also do that. And then climb, ledge jump, ledge hang dash, jump slide, blah blah blah. Uppercut, dive wind up. I think uppercut would do that. Dive start, dive end. Those should already be in the air. Falling death, maybe. That's fine. This should do that. Hover, I guess. Waiting, waiting fall. Waiting jump, waiting fall. Waiting jump roll. Wall cling, no clip. Okay. So now, after pressed released, holding empty, prepare, save, get. Okay. For I in I should have done it the opposite way, where I... That's a unique one. Hang on. God damn it, I put these in the wrong place. I meant to put them when you do the state transition. I need to make this code like a 10th the size. I need to like completely reduce all duplication because there's... It's so bad. It's just not acceptable anymore. How did I'm not even like reading the code, I guess. I'm just a helpless little baby. Do uppercut, I guess. And I think all of these, gravity stun will reset the ground. Hover, yeah. Dash, waiting, jump. Waiting, jump will do that. I guess that's fine. Ugh. Hang on. There's some, like, complete, like, wipe of my velocity. Yeah, right there. What is that? So when it turns to fall, it completely resets my velocity. Okay, hang on. I need to debug print all my state transitions. Okay. We went from ground to crouch jump to fall to wall cling. Okay, if can wall cling and what is this? Okay, hang on. Okay. So if can wall cling, so that variable is true, and normal not equal to vector 3.0, and what was the other thing? Total stamina greater than 0, and that. There we go. So that should hopefully stop the wall cling ghost input that we're seeing there, because that was what was resetting my velocity. Okay, that's looking like it should. Let's hide my print. Hey, look at that. It friggin' works. So I think it's about time that I do a refactor of this code, but I'll do that after content. So it'll be, let's see, let's do overall like ordering of stuff. So we have our critical bug fixes done. So this stuff is good. That's to go for Sunday. Fix bugs. Refactors, so yeah, I already have that here. The switch statements are too big. Code duplication is too much. And if I want to have some fun, I can make a custom language. All right, let's see what's here. All right, let's rename this one to like let's just let it take its sweet time. Actually, can wall cling equals will be replaced with wall cling equals. I also at some point I need to fix. There's a bug where if you ledge or high jump very early, sometimes it does like a very anemic weird jump. Like if you do it like on the same frame. But it seems to be okay for now. It's very rare. I'll have to figure out when exactly that happens, but that was an annoying bug. Let's see, so I want in bugs. Let's do okay. That's all good. So yeah, tomorrow I'll do this. More Riley dialogue, more of Armstrong's dialogue, Fix the won't ship bugs. Maybe all this stuff. You know what? I'll put indicator. This is going to be an important button. And it'll also... In the future, I want to also do this for items, but that'll be more complicated. Because I have to do some more logic with that. But honestly, I should just do it. Because not implementing something because I think it'll be hard is like the worst reason to not add a feature to a game. Because like I can do whatever I want. I'm a computer whiz. Like I made my game not crash now. Maybe. There's a faint possibility that the game doesn't crash now. Alright, so what did I do? Wait. What are these even? I deleted a line? I don't remember doing that. Okay, at long last, an hour after I said I was going to be done for today, I am done for today. So let's see, Sunday, I might stream, well, nah, I'll do my other thing Saturday. And Friday, there's live music here, so it typically gives me a headache to stream. I'm a little crybaby like that. But okay. Sunday. I'll hopefully do some cool stuff. See you then.